Hello guys, I decided to show here my team that I'm using to play against all these challenges that we have now playing the second season, okay? So if you guys go from each of these battle right here, we have specific challenges that go up to level 6. And I'm playing in the less difficult by each challenge. But the good point is, I don't have different teams. I just use only one team for everything. Yeah. Well, you guys know well that the second season here we have the new class of heroes. Or let's say the new school of element, part of the Burning Heroes, Thunderbolts, and then Ice Blast Heroes, okay? And the best school that I had insane performance, totally broken, it was the Ice Blast Heroes. With the Ice Blast Heroes, you know? Yeah, and this is exactly what I'm going to show to you here. So I'm gonna go here from each battle, just for you to see how I had my performance. Start first here, guys, in terms of the boss enhancements, in terms of the ally buffs. I focus firstly here for me be able to fight well is decrease the attack of the enemy and to have some buffs here in terms of like let's say boost in terms of the buffs that my team can have use specific heroes, okay? So that's exactly was my focus here to fight against the boss in a high difficulty here, and then you have here more reduces damage on this one, and then to trigger here one buff of crystals. And then you have the others here that can even improve the attack and a part of guarantee some improvement of shield as well. So this is how I distributed the buffs, all right? And then now if you go here, let's say I go here now to fight against the first boss here. This is one of the bosses that we have to focus on because it's possible to get the helm and the weapon for your heroes, you know, in terms of the mythical equipments. Guys, check about this team now. This team right here is the unique team, the team that I'm using for play everything, okay? Any of these challenges involved right here, I use only this team here. My team is composed by Arion, Rose, amazing Rose, and then I have Ardreth. I talk about Ardreth, you know, in one of my recently videos. And then you have what? The two amazing Ice Blast heroes. That's Beldel and then China. Yeah. Check about the equipments. You know, I'm using the Puppeteer here, so you guys can see I have the 3 years as well. So I'm respecting the types of equipments that can be good for each hero. And then Orion, this one here is the best one, the Tundra Guardian, because improves his ultimate skill for he be able to act fast with his ultimate skills, which he can bring a shield for himself and then to keep it alive on the battle. A part of the way that he also can help my team to keep it right there and fight against the bosses at the same time. So this is how I built my team. In terms of timing, I actually for these heroes here I don't have time. Easy, huh? It's easy, you know, I don't need time here. Check about the artifact, guys. I try to improve in some way here to improve heals, this kind of stuff. So the difference here is that I'm using the Everlasting Diamond for Rose because she also heals my team, okay? But I have the other ones here. This one here very good to fight against this boss, you know, improve the defense of my tank hero, and for he like do not receive a big amount of damage easily, and then he gonna he be easily killed by the boss as well. You know, another good point about the area because he has invisibility just in case, but I also built him here to have some specific heals that can keep him alive during the battle. So this is how I built them, okay, in terms of equipments and everything. And now I'm gonna put here them in battle. just for you guys see the performance, and just keep in mind here that I'm using defense, improve defense for my allied team, because this boss hits very hard. You know, it's the last challenge, difficult challenge there, you know. For do not log. Look, that's exactly what I was talking about. Look at that. You know, the good point about Teruri is this, because like he can action his invincibility to not be killed just straight away, right? But like another good point is in terms of his equipment to keep alive there in the battle, and then Rose also help there and like improving his improving the heals for keeping him alive at the same time. But like I see the damage that my team is doing. So my Ice Blast team is doing insane damage because of build out there. So that's exactly the time that I need for me to be able to kill the boss in a quicker way, and do not have surprise for the boss kill my tank. You know, because if the boss kill my tank, he's gonna be able to kill my entire team. Okay, and so this is my performance. You see, well, you know, it was not difficult, and I did it in a fast way as well. Like it's very decent, or let's say. Okay, so that was my first performance in fights against that specific boss, and this one here. But I used the same team for all the others as well. If I go here, I'm going to show to you guys, I'm using the same team. Okay, there are no difference at all, you know. Look, it's the same again, same team, you know. It does the same performance right here, right? If I'm gonna go to another boss here. So let's go for this one. This one here is not that different as well. So I'm gonna show here just so you guys see. And this is one of the difficult bosses in my opinion. Okay. The unique difference for this team here, because I have Viniara and I have Velocity. Okay, but I respect it here because I still have Ardress, I still have Beldel, and then I also have my Shina right here. Okay, I just changed it right here because it's all about here to retard the boss in terms of his ultimate skills, to improve even the attack down against the boss, and not just about that, to also steal from the boss, to remove from the boss any specific buff. Okay, but like there's no much difference here. Okay, now I'm gonna go here for another challenge. That was the challenge here. I was showing you the other way, but the challenge is actually the same team. So let me bring here. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's the same team, just for you guys see. Okay. Now I'm gonna go here to show another team with another boss. That's right here. This one here. So let's go here to the challenge. Oh, I didn't fight here the last one. But let's go here just for you guys see the team. Okay. No, this was not the one. So this I put the shadow here, but actually I use also the Icy Blast here against that boss, you know, just like I have to show here another way, but actually it's the same team. I'm gonna go here for the Grave of Rot. It's the same team right there. See, same team. So actually this team here is a team that I'm using for everything. Okay, mainly the main battles one, Grave of Rot, Grave of Venom, and Grave of Course. All these you know, I can fight with the most difficult challenge by each one. So if I go get out from here, if I go to the challenge, is the same thing. Okay, and the good point is because Beldel does loads of damage. Okay, Beldel does loads of damage. As she does those loads of damage, it's easier for you kill this boss before the boss does something against your team as well. You know, just like that, right? She does very high damage by each of these bosses here. You know, that's why I'm using the same team for everything. You know, so again, guys, you go to check here is the same type of equipment. You know, I care here on the way to have very specific heals, to give you the necessary heals that's needed for this specific challenge. You know, for be able to do what? We'll be able to get the amazing equipment to improve our performance in the game, you know, because we needed that. You needed that because we are fighting now against the chiefs, and then of course you need to have some good equipment to that specific challenge against the chief be totally insane. Okay, just simple as that, right? So guys, that's why I want to bring this video here for you see how I'm doing the performance using these teams. Okay, and I'm doing well from each one, you know, no problem at all. I didn't have any problems fight against these bosses in terms of the challenge, you know. And for me, definitely Ice Blast team is the most complete solid team that you guys can use fight against the boss, you know, because of the insane damage that these heroes can do. And how fast you also can kill the boss using these specific heroes, you know, just simple as that, you know. And many terms of the challenge right here, if I go to fight in a normal stage without being a challenge, look at how fast they perform. Look at the damage there. It's insane. Okay, it's totally insane. Like, you do easily using Ice Blast heroes, but for sure if you have a wide heroes, you're gonna be doing the same thing as well, you know. But this is how I built them, you know, just for you guys have an idea, right? And before I finish here, I'm going to show even my talent tree, because I know that that's also important to show the talent tree to everybody from each of these hero here. So if I go here, so just for you see that's the talent tree for my tank, the talent tree here for Beldel, the talent tree for Sheena, the talent tree here for Rose. I didn't complete yet, but actually I can complete if I want. If I go here, yeah, I can complete if I want. Just for you guys see, I can complete it there. There's no problem at all, you know. So then, in her case here, there are situations that can be interesting for her because she plays heals, but she also dispel even some status that can also be useful here on the same case right there in the top. You know, there are specific ones here that depends of your what it is that you need. In my opinion, I think that the first one can be interesting because the hero can have up to 2 dispellable status, handily places any current status when gaining a new one. Each time the hero gains status, deals damage equal to 5%. That can be one of that one. This one here in the casting ultimate skill copies 2 of the hero's dispellable buffs and grants them to the 2 allies. That heroes can be very nice. Man, if that the hero gonna be given to improve your attack here as an example, you know, there are situations that people like to use this one here. And then here is when inflict a negative effect to an enemy, reduce their ultimate energy. That also retards the enemy act against your team in some way. That also can be very nice. I think this one here can be interesting. I'm gonna leave it like that just in case, right? But you see, guys, very simple. This is my team. Of course, that is not everybody that have these specific heroes right here, you know, but she's responsible to dispel specific status. She's nice for that reason, not just about heals. This hero here is more about her passive skill, guys know well about her. And then here is about the invincibility. It's not easy to kill this hero in battle as well, you know. That's why they are here against this boss in the same way that they use the same team, fight against the Harpy and fight against the Grill, of course. at the same time. And then this is only about damage these 2 heroes here per part of the Ice Blast heroes. Okay, I hope that this video can be interesting for you, just so guys have an idea, vision about how I built them, you know. And I have very good performance using them, you know, and is very useful. If you already have these heroes, just use them just in case. But there are some other interesting amazing compositions that you guys can use as well to be able to fight against this boss here, not using specific Ice Blast heroes, but I know that there are some other elements that you guys can also try to use here and have amazing success, amazing performance as well. Thank you guys, subscribe, leave your message, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Hark! Do you hear it? The anguished wails from the Dragon Queen's retribution. When she forsook us, when she expelled us. They call us the Silent Gods, for we have been exiled beyond the world to where none can hear us speak. How glorious, how serendipitous! All because you have come into contact with his. This should have been our land!
Captivating thought. I fight to defend my soul. One day, I shall depart the unyielding silk and be free of all this.
Now, he has awakened and stands before you. Entangled.
The choice comes with a price.
Don't see me as one of those goofballs.
Follow my lead. Everything belongs to me!
We shall await. We shall observe. How will you transform this world?